Welcome to Hodge Podge Australia. Today we are making these marbled Easter egg shaped cake pops. We're going to want an assortment of candy melts, some cake pop sticks, some Nutella to make them super yummy, and a cake. So let's get started making our cake pops first. You can do this by breaking up the cake by hand into very fine pieces, which will take you some time, and to be honest, I don't have the patience for that, so I am going to do mine in my food processor. You could also do it in a blender if you want, or if you have a bar mix, I don't know, you could probably even try that. But I've got my food processor, I'm going to break up my cake, and I am going to blitz my cake until it is lovely and fine. When you are happy with the consistency of your cake, it's time to add in the yummy, yummy Nutella. So to make mine to cake pop consistency, I've added about 3 dessert spoons of Nutella, just mixing it through one at a time until you have the consistency that you want. When you're pressing these into the egg shape, pick up a section, give it a really good squish, because the cake with the Nutella, you need to make sure it's all really combined so that it stays firm. Rolling it into a ball and then just shaping one end off into the egg shape. Placing that down on a plate, you will then do this over and over again until you have as many egg cake pops as you desire. When you have finished shaping these into the egg shape, they then need to go into the fridge for at least 15 minutes. I would say at least half an hour is probably a safe bet, so that they get nice and firm before you put your cake pop sticks in. When your cake pop eggs are nice and firm, it's time to add our sticks. So grab your cake pop sticks. I've just melted a little bit of our white candy melts. You're going to do it like you do with all your other cake pops, twirling it into the middle of your egg. So giving it a twist as you put it in. You can see my fingers are slightly there twisting the cake pop stick into the base of the cake pop, about a third to half of the way into the cake pop. And then repeat this for all of your cake pops until you have them sitting nicely on your stand, or if you have a styrofoam piece or whatever cake pop stand you're using to stand them up, pop them all in there and then pop them back in the fridge again for those candy melts to set. Now it is time to start decorating. Here is where the marbled part comes in. You're going to want a long glass, again, like we did with our Snowgies cake pops. If you haven't seen the Snowgies cake pops, there is a link popping up for you now, so make sure you check that one out because they're super cute. But we're also going to melt some of our blue candy melts. Now both of these have been thinned out by adding some Crisco because that makes it a lot easier for dipping. Straight candy melts are quite thick, so you want to put some Crisco in and stir that through to thin it out. Then you're going to need a skewer or a toothpick, and you're just going to give it a slight mix. You're not actually going to be physically stirring it because then you're just going to end up with all blue because the white's just going to turn blue. But there you can see with the skewer, I'm just sort of combining the colours so that you get sort of the tie-dye effect. And then we're going to dip our cake pop straight down into that, and we will get a lovely marbled effect on our Easter egg cake pops. So taking your Easter egg cake pop, you're just going to dip it straight down into the middle and make sure you get as even a coating as you can, going out to the sides, making sure that you get all the way down to the bottom. As I mentioned, you have the big long glass because they are a bit longer than your regular cake pops, and you want to try and get it all done in one, not going up and down and back and up and down, because the candy melts are thicker and so they're a bit heavier, and you don't really want a huge coating of candy melt on a cake pop because it does get heavy and it drags it down and it leads to cracking. We'll do that one more time with the white and the blue candy melts. So putting that into our glass, my white is starting to get a bit thin, so I'm trying to get it up on the sides. But you get that lovely marbled effect of the blue and the white tie-dyed sort of effect on your Easter eggs, which I think is really lovely. It's very, I don't know, wispy, and it makes them light and beautiful. So anyway, I'm getting carried away. I also did it with some yellow and some blue. I did do white and yellow, but I found that the yellow and the white were just too similar. It really didn't stand out. But the yellow and blue is a lovely combination. And to be honest, the next one, the white and red, is my favourite. I think the white and red, it almost looks like a tulip. It's so pretty. We could do these for tulips as well. Here are our marbled Easter egg Nutella cake pops. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, share, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you again real soon.